Hey, Ainsley.
Hey, Brian, thank you. Remember the GOP response to the State of the Union when Joni Ernst talked about her tough work ethic from a young age?
As a young girl, I plowed the fields of our family farm. I worked construction with my dad. To save for college, I worked the morning biscuit line at Hardee's.
Well, does that ring a bell? Did you do that too? Well, it doesn't seem to be the case with many of today's youth. In fact, over the past 15 years, the number of teenagers in the workforce has been cut in half, with just 16% holding some type of employment today. Is that a good thing, or should today's teenagers get a taste of what holding down a real job is really like? Joining us now is freelance journalist and author Melanie Howard. Thanks for joining us, Melanie.
Thank you, Ainsley.
So every kid should go to work and get their hands dirty, is what you're saying. Why do you say that?
Well, absolutely, and there are so many reasons that this is good for our kids. You know, we all want to give our children more than we had, but sometimes we give them a little too much, and there gets to be a culture of entitlement. And what you want is a child that has learned hard work, how to show up on time, how to be humble, how not to look down on people for doing hard jobs, and also to build a resume that lets a future employer know that not only does he or she speak a language, have fabulous test scores, but they know simple things like how to show up on time, how to be responsible, how to be a good coworker, how to work with customers, and that's all really important.
And it gives the teenagers a taste of what the real world's like.
Absolutely. You have not lived in the real world till you've dealt with terrible working hours, an unreasonable boss, somebody who tells you, no, you cannot have the day off or you'll be fired. That is real life, and just school and just unpaid internships or, you know, work, study abroad, they're not going to give you that experience.
Is it all about the experience?
It's about the experience, yes, but it's also about learning how people in the real world really live, and not just doctors, lawyers, politicians. Even if you come from an upper middle class or above background, you should learn that and I call them perhaps grubby jobs in my story, but that doing any job well, you know, is a source of pride and satisfaction. And, you know, my Facebook page has lit up with stories from people who, oh, I remember my construction job, I remember my waitressing job,
Exactly.
I remember working at the amusement park,
Exactly.
and all the things I learned, and the people I met who are like that gentleman you interviewed earlier who walks 21 miles a day to work and back and takes such pride in that. That's just a lesson you can't find anywhere else.
I agree. Great message. Thanks so much, Melanie. We appreciate you coming on.